What's up, everyone? Welcome to this Sunday edition of our Coffee Talks. And today, had a little bit of a technical difficulty here getting my microphone to work. And, I don't know if it's working properly or not, but we're just going to roll with it because that's kind of what we do. All right. Today I did want to talk about a couple of different things, and we're going to get going here in a second. So let's see here. Today, we're going to talk about turning bad into good. That's what we're going to talk about. And the reason is because a lot of times we look at something that is bad as, bad. We don't find anything good out of it. And I think, number one, you got to go back and look a little bit in time and figure out okay, what did I take away? We're going to talk about that. But it's a huge mindset piece for a lot of people because whatever you're focusing on is kind of what you really either believe or what you tell yourself a story about, any of that stuff, right? So a lot of times it's hard to see and find the good. So today we're going to talk about that. I'm going to share a story with you. You may have heard the story, but I'm going to share it again. And then also something that happened to me literally 5 minutes ago. And it could have really ruined my day. I'm not going to let it. And we'll see what kind of good can come out of that. It's going to cost me about probably $150. And I'll share that story with you. Literally just happened. I was out by the pool, having my coffee out by the pool, had my feet in the pool, and came in and, discovered something that now is going to cost me $150. And it was my fault. It was my fault. But how do I turn that into a positive? Well, we're gonna talk about that. All right, guys, do me a favor. While you are coming on, let me know that you're in the comments or in the chat. Let me know. This is our Sunday, like I said, our Sunday morning coffee talk, a little mindset piece. And it looks like a few of you are popping on now, getting in the comments. So the other thing that I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be talking about our upcoming schedule. We are going to be now, thanks to you guys, we are going to be still showing up on the coffee talks, but I'm going to, at least for the summer, we might just do it for the summer months, and who knows, we'll reevaluate, but we're going to go to 3 days a week. We're going to go Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and we're going to go at 10 a.m. Eastern time. I know some of you said, well, can you do 9 o'clock? Or some people said, can you do later? And some people said, can you do earlier? I just think that 10 a.m. works best for me. And then from there, I can commit to that 3 times a week. So we're going to stick to the same time. So 10 a.m. Eastern time, but we're going to do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So you might want to set your little notifications or your alarm, or if you're on Facebook, make sure that when I do post the scheduled live, make sure that you set the reminder. But if you just set your notifications on the Facebook page or on YouTube, the little bell, you'll get notified. But just make a note of it. All right. I'm going to show up here 10 a.m. Eastern time, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, starting tomorrow. So tomorrow we'll kick off the new schedule. Now, occasionally I will pop on and do a Saturday or a Sunday. It just depends. Okay. So I'm just going to kind of throw that out there. But if you are watching this for the first time, there are a lot of coffee talks, over 100 coffee talks right now. This is Sunday Mindset, Turning Bad into Good, Coffee Talk 109. So 109 coffee talks. And I only missed one out of those 109, or I didn't miss it. I skipped it because it was Easter Sunday. Anyway, it's been a great run, but we are going to, we're going to change it up a little bit. All right. And then from there, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we'll do just as we did here. And actually tomorrow's, I've got something I want to address, and that is, do you have skin in the game? Is what I want to talk about. All right. So you might be saying, like, Scott, what's that mean? Well, we'll talk about that tomorrow, but you got to ask yourself that question. How much skin do you have in the game? Like, are you really fully committed? Are you really all in? We'll talk about that. That's going to be Monday's conversation tomorrow. And then on Wednesday, I've already got it planned out what I'm going to talk about on Wednesday, and that is how to seed the market for your next product. And I'm going to talk about how I'm going to seed the market with something I'm going to be working on. And we're going to talk about a runway as far as like how to create a runway for your next launch, your next promotion, your next product, your next guide, whatever. We're going to talk about that. And then, of course, Friday will be our jam session. So Fridays are always going to be the Friday jam session. All right, so Friday jam session still happening, 10 a.m. Eastern time every Friday. And I think this Friday I want to talk about how to create irresistible lead magnets. I think that's a good one. And I'll also address why I picked that topic. More to come on that, but you got to stay tuned here. All right, Coffee Talks, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. TakeActionCrew.com. If you want to go there, it'll take you to the Facebook page, and from there you will you'll get notified. Okay, of when we go live. So TakeActionCrew.com, and you'll be part of the morning crew. All right. So looks like we got Salama in the house. What's up, Salama? How you doing? Good morning. Torsten, what's up? One of our new BCA members. What's up, man? How you doing? James is in the house. This may be Karen. I don't know. Sometimes Karen's profile picture doesn't come through. Good morning. Beautiful out today. I believe so. Kay is in the house. What's up? Happy Sunday. Coffee Talk Crew. What's up? Cool. So, all right, here's what we're going to do. And guys, if you have any questions on the schedule, and I would also love for you guys to give me any feedback, any topics that you want us to cover. If you have anything that you want to use as a coffee talk topic or a theme that you want us to use for an upcoming coffee talk, this is the place to do it. All right. So in the comments, make sure that you do that. And also, guys, let me ask you this. Is my audio coming through okay today? Just curious. Had a little problem with the mic. I don't think this mic is picking up. I think it's my computer mic. It says my signals are coming through here, but it wasn't connecting to StreamYard. So just curious on that. And I'm going to go ahead and take a sip of coffee here. So let me know that. Oh, Salama says, our Monday mindset and Wednesday strategy. They could be. I haven't really decided on that, to be honest with you, Salama. We will be talking mindset. Today is mindset, by the way. Yeah, mindset's a big deal. Strategy, tactics, all of that stuff is like, okay, here's how you put everything together, or here's the strategy, right, that we're going to deploy, right? So, yeah, we could totally do that. Salama says, yes, audio is good. Derek in the house. What's up? Atlanta in the house. Kay, sounds clear. That's good. Awesome. All right, thanks for that. All right, appreciate it. All right, cool. So let's see. I will talk about what happened here this morning after we get into this. But this morning, if you guys are just tuning in, didn't get a Facebook notification. That's interesting. Did anyone else get a notification? I'm curious. Steven's in the house. What's up? Happy Sunday. One of our new BCA members, by the way, Steven. Steven, I want to say too, man, I've been reading a lot about you in the BCA community, and wow, man, you've done a lot. I'm super excited to dive in to where you are going and where you want to go. A lot of opportunities, so we'll dig into that. And Justin says much better now. Okay. Yeah, I'm just curious on the notifications, if everyone got notifications on Facebook. Just curious. And are you guys cool? Does that sound good? Monday, Wednesday, Friday? Can I get a thumbs up? Can I get a yeah? That sounds good. Everybody got it? Everybody going to be here Monday, Wednesday, Friday in the morning, 10 a.m. Eastern time. I'm going to be doing that. And then we'll keep cranking here. Okay, so I'm just kind of reading the comments here too, by the way. Yes. Okay, cool. Awesome. Jennifer. Good morning, Jennifer. What's up? Get a thumbs up. Awesome. Awesome. Cool, cool. Okay, good. All right. So like I said, today, here's what I want to talk about. I got two stories I'm going to share with you and how this will all tie back. All right. But I want to talk about turning bad into good. Okay. When we're going through something, I mentioned it yesterday a little bit, and I told the story about how I met my wife, and that was actually that was actually brought up. Actually, Salama had asked the question because I was going into, if I never went out that one night that my buddies dragged me out when I was like 19 years old, just about 20, and they dragged me out. And I was dating a girl at the time that I was on and off with. I really didn't know. In my head, I knew she wasn't the one, but I just kept kind of, I just stayed, and then got dragged out by my buddies one night and then met my wife. And then that changed my life forever. And I can't imagine if that never happened. But the bad in that was that I was in a bad relationship and I knew the writing was on the wall. I didn't see it. Right. I seen it. I didn't want to admit it. But it was just it wasn't a good, healthy relationship. And I knew that. Right. So the next one I want to share with you is when I was, again, right around, let's see, I started working for my father when I was around 21, I believe, 21 years old. And I started working for his company, and they brought me in as one of their first hires, him and his partner. And they'd already been in business for like probably 8 years, maybe 10 years. And they wanted to grow and expand. And they figured they'd bring me in and teach me, show me the ropes, and then we could build it. And then we hired a friend of mine, Jimmy the Shark, who also still does work for me right now. And him and I worked together for years. But the idea was that we were going to build the company, and I was going to own it one day. So the promise to me was I was going to own the company. So everything was going good. I learned the trade. I was doing well. I was moving up as far as pay goes. And I seen that we were building this company at the time. By the way, we're talking 26 years ago, if I can do math. We were about a $1 million business at that time. And then we were about a $2 million business when I decided that it wasn't going to work for me. Now that sounds great, right? And that's brick and mortar. Like, we were a construction company doing really well, but we were doing residential stuff, not a lot of commercial. We did some commercial, but we thought that, we were doing everything right, but partnerships are tough. And my father and his partner always butted heads. My father's partner had one way of looking at things, and my father had his way. And I'd like to believe that my father's was the right way, not just because he was my father, but because it was a business sense. He had better business sense. And so after we had about, I'd say a total of about 15 employees, I was managing most of them. And I thought that we bought a franchise. We bought a franchise for, have you ever heard of Rebath or Bath Fitter? Has anybody heard of it's kind of like a tub overlay system. Has anybody heard of them? Rebath or Bath Fitter? Just curious if you guys have ever heard of them. Drop it in the comments. But we bought a franchise to add on because we wanted to grow and scale. And we felt like we already took the window and door business and we kind of scaled it as far as we could. Oh, Steven says yes, has heard of them. And so we bought the franchise. It was like $25,000 to basically be able to sell their system. It was Rebath. I flew out to Arizona. I basically was trained in that system, and then I had to bring it back, hire people, and then build that side of the business. And I did that for probably around 2 years. So, but again, it was just a constant struggle with people, and just cases I seen their commercials. Yeah. So we bought the franchise. It was a great little franchise, and it was a great little system. But I seen the writing on the wall. My father's partner started bringing in his family, and then I can just see right now, my father's partner's daughter came on to work, and she came on to help in the office. And now remember this, I'm in the Northeast at the time, and it's winter, it's cold, really cold. Like, I'm talking -20, and we're still out in the elements working. And then it's hot out, 90 plus humidity, out there working, right? They're calling it heat advisories. We're out there working. And I come in one day, I'm getting paid almost the same, and I was there longer, and I come in and I see solitaire up on the computer and just eating and playing solitaire. I'm like, really? Like, seriously? Like, I just busted my butt, and I'm coming in here and I'm seeing that. Like, I don't understand this, right? Like, And I seen that numerous times. I seen also, maybe her not coming in at the same times, just having like a lot of freedom. Like I had to be there at 6 o'clock to get my guys ready for 7 and get them out the door on their job sites. Then I was bouncing to job sites. I was running to the different lumber yards. I was, getting phone calls from customers that they need clarifications, or I had to go pick up a payment, or I had a problem with a customer, like whatever. Like I'm bouncing all over the place. I didn't have time to play solitaire. It kind of rubbed me the wrong way. And so that happened for a while, but that was just one thing. Then there was a son-in-law that was brought in. We found out that was embezzling, and it was just a crazy time. So I seen the writing on the wall, and I felt like I had nowhere to go. I poured all my heart and soul in here, and I wasn't going to be able to advance or own the company anymore, because now I got partners, family involved. And I'm like, so I went to my wife and I said, what are we going to do? And I mean, it's all in my book too, by the way. If you guys have my book, you guys probably already heard this story, but it's in my book, To Take Action Effect, in detail. I had to make the decision, and I felt like I had no other skills to offer other than in construction, because that's all I was doing for the 9 years that I was doing it, and actually longer, because I was working for my father when I was 13 years old, just helping, just on the job helper. And so the point here is at the time I felt at the very lowest of my career, if you want to say that. And I didn't know if I was ever going to be able to have anything more. I actually started looking in the newspaper at the classifieds I was starting to look for apartment managers or maintenance or something like that, just so I could get out and just so I could have a 7 to 3 job. Like I was so envious of people that had a banker's job, because I was like, I used to go in at 6 and sometimes not get home till 8, 9 o'clock at night. And that's when my kids were young. So then we made a decision to start a photography business on the side. And then from there, in 18 months, we actually built that into a business that I was able to leave my job. But I was nervous as heck. It was like I was jumping off the cliff and hoping I was going to make it. But I had the safety net of the construction. So looking back at that, when I was in that moment, it was absolutely terrible, awful. But now looking back, I seen everything I took from that. Now I can look at it and go, I built a skill set while I was doing that. So it wasn't a total waste. Yes, it was frustrating, but it wasn't a total waste. Then I look at the photography side of things, and we went through that, and we started the photography business, and then we ended up getting out of that about 8 years later and moved on to more online digital stuff. It advanced me there, and I learned a whole bunch of stuff. But my point is this: at the time of the low or the frustration because you're confused and you don't know what direction to go in, understand that's a calling, that's a time, that's a moment that it's pushing you, it's nudging you, right? And you in your mind got to think, this is here, this is happening to push me, right? If it wasn't there, then you're just comfortable and you're coasting, right? And we can say, oh, I just wish that everything would run smooth and my day would be perfect. In reality, we really don't want that. And you might be like, Scott, what are you talking about? I would love that. We'd like to have things to challenge us. Even though we might not know it, we do like it. It's a challenge. It gives us something to wake up and say, I want to win the day. I want to win at that funnel that I'm trying to build, right? Like right now, Chris and I, we're going back and forth. He's texting me last night. We've got a funnel that we're building as a case study for Brand Creators Academy. And we had 27 people yesterday opt in. Out of those 27 people, 12 people went to the order page, and 2 people filled out their information but didn't buy. So now we're like, oh, that's frustrating. But you know what? We want to figure it out, right? So as much as we would love that to work, and it will, we also love figuring things out, right? We just, as humans, we love to always be growing. At least we should, right? So the challenges are there for us, and they should serve a purpose. But when you're in it, it's tough. And the reason why I'm sharing this with you is because you may be in one of those places right now, or you may be saying to yourself, I'm just thinking right now, this whole pandemic and just life sucks right now for you, maybe, right? And you might be saying, like, I'm frustrated. Why can't it work for me? It's working for them, right? But you need to understand that this is happening to you, personally to you, for a reason. And you need to understand that. And then you need to look back and maybe identify something where you were at a low. And then from there, you're like, you know what? That low got me to where I want to go. It woke me up, or it brought attention to an area that I was ignoring, right? So I want you to look at the bad as not bad. Look at it as an opportunity to allow you to grow, all right? And then to build new skill sets, right? Like we've got, and actually Steven's on right now with us, and he's a new BCA member. And I'm not going to share everything about Steven, but Steven's done a lot, man, like a lot. And like you would say, whoa, man, like you've got an amazing life. You've done all of these things, but Steven might be at a crossroads right now. Like I'm entering in a new world. And I actually, in his post, he said that. I just read that, Steven, a little while ago. Like I'm at a new place. I'm jumping into waters I've never swam before. But you know what? I'm okay with it. I'm excited about that because I'm up for the adventure, right? And that's the thing, right? You got to look at it like there's new things that you're going to jump into that you've never done, and that's okay. Jump in and learn it and build the skill set. And now a year from now, you can go, guess what? I know how to build a lead magnet. I know how to build a list. I know how to target my audiences on Facebook. I know how to put together content and get Google to index my content. All of these things that you might not know right now, or you might be saying, I can never learn that. It's a skill set you're going to learn. But that bad thing or the struggle or, the frustration that is there to push you. Okay. So just look at it as a way to kind of push you to where you really want to go, right? There's something in your life that's not being satisfied and you are being pushed. And so look at that as an opportunity, but go back and look at a time that you were like, man, oh man, this really sucks, right? Like, when is this going to turn around, right? I feel we have seasons in our life, right? We have, spring. It's like things are starting to get exciting, right? The weather's starting to get good. Summer, pool time. We're going to sit out by the pool. Fall comes. It's nice, but it's winding down. And then winter comes. It's like, ugh. Unless you enjoy winter. Maybe you enjoy winter. Maybe winter's your summer. You get what I'm saying though, right? So business has seasons, right? Life has seasons, all right? And so let me ask you guys this question right now, and I'd love for you to put it in the comments. What season are you in right now? What season in life are you in right now, right? Are you feeling like you're starting to come out of winter? Are you feeling like you're in winter? I'm just curious. Drop that in the comments. I'd love to see. Okay, now, with all that being said, while you're doing that, I'm going to take a sip of coffee. And the other thing that I want to do is I want to share something that just happened to me. It just happened to me for the second time. And it cost me $150 today and $150 the time before. And I don't know how to look at this. Like, what is good? What good is going to come out of this? I have one idea. So I'm going to share that with you guys. It's kind of funny, kind of not, but it literally just happened to me. Literally, I'm talking like 15 minutes ago. Alicia, you have such good energy this morning. Loving this. Awesome. The dogs have energy too. Did you just hear them? There must be someone out walking their dogs. Let's see, Steven. Justin, use the 6 weeks to focus on this maybe. Okay, cool. So Justin's giving a little bit of advice. Or Steven is to Justin. Oh, Justin says, life sucks for me. We beat the pandemic almost down to 0 cases, and now we have been hit with a second wave of infections, back to full lockdown for 6 weeks. I know that, and that does suck. But what is that going to allow you to do, right? We can sit here and go, oh, this sucks. What good's that going to do, right? What can we do in this time, right? What can we do, right? Can we build our relationships with our families? Can we build our business because we have more time, because we can't go back to work? What can we do, right? You need to make some extra money. Maybe you can buy stuff online and flip it, right? I'm just saying, like, we have to look at things that we can do, not like okay, that's happening. Nothing you're going to do about that, right? The only thing you can do is what you can do. What can you control, right? Derek says, true. Sometimes there are people or things you have to let go to progress. progress in life. The thing could hold you back if you don't let it go. Exactly. You got to let it go. Life happens for you, not to you. Exactly. Let's see here. Okay, Alicia says, I would like to see the process that you guys use to figure out why the 12 fell off the funnel and didn't convert. Well, that's going to be happening in BCA, and I believe that you are a BCA member, so you're going to see that. And yes, we're tracking everything through the Facebook ad, which is converting still at about 38%, which is pretty crazy. So it's converting from cold traffic, by the way, cold traffic over to the lead magnet. The lead magnet page, the landing page, is converting at about 35 to 38%. From there, jumping on the thank you page, being presented with an offer. That offer is on that page has converted, I think, at about 2%. And then from there, which is low, well, it's actually high for cold traffic. 1% is about average, but it's still not good enough for us. And then we're going to fix that. And then from there, they go into the email sequence. And so we can see just from them going to the thank you page and getting that offer, we had 12 people that went over there. And you're right. We need to see why are they falling off there? Where is there a disconnect? Is it that they got distracted? Is it that the page didn't load in time? Like what is it, right? We got to figure that out. And we are going to figure that out. Let's see. You have to go through the struggle to become who you are and meant to be. Yeah, I love that. Breakthrough comes from breakdown. Let's see. Okay. Derek says, yes, the dog are alarming you to something. Yeah, that there was another dog walking by. We have a sidewalk that runs in the front yard here. I can look right outside. And there's people walking, all the time with their dogs. And my one dog, Maisie, who's a Bernedoodle, she'll just park herself looking out the little side window, and she'll just wait for people to walk by so she can bark, just to bark. It's just, yeah, it's funny. That's her entertainment for the day. I'm coming out of winter. New growth is struggle, but the fruits are going to be delicious. Yes. And Jennifer, I do believe you have some really great opportunities. So I can't wait to see where you go. Karen, there are always positives in every situation. I just have to look for it. Yep. It's what we look at and what we focus on is what will become, our focus. So we have to make sure that we do that. Stephen, March 13th was my birthday and I wrote a year's worth of income in refunds. However, it forced me to jump into this project, which should have been done years ago. So Justin, use this time as there are no distractions. Always turn events into positives. I love that. And yes, the part there that I want to highlight is, however, it forced me to jump into this project, which should have been done for years, right? What is something that you've been putting off that you just haven't done because you've been saying it, but you really haven't had to, right? It's kind of like, I've been meaning to change the air filter in my air conditioning unit in my house, and you don't, and then it breaks because you didn't, and you're like, I've been meaning to do that. I should have did that. I knew I should do it. I just didn't do it, right? So we got to look at that. And now the air conditioner broke. We got to fix it, right? So, hey, something's broke, fix it. That's how we bring attention to it. All right, so I'm going to wrap up, but I'm going to share with this story. So I'm out by the pool. So I want you to imagine this. I'm out by the pool, and we've got this little seating area where you could put a lawn chair in it if you wanted to, but it's a little shelf area at the front of the pool. And there's like there's a hot tub area, and it's got the waterfall that goes down in. I just love listening to it. We've got these little jets that pour over. I love it. It's kind of like my sanctuary, my little oasis. And so I go out there in the morning, and I had this cup, and I'm drinking my coffee, and I'm just chilling. I'm just relaxing, listening to the birds. I'm listening to the water, and I'm just chilling. And this is like literally before I get on with you guys. Sometimes if it's nice out, I'll do that for like 15, 20 minutes and just get some peace and quiet and just listen to nature. And so I'm sitting there. I did that. And mind you, my wife went for a little walk, and my dogs are in the house. And my Puggle, who's about 35 pounds, he's chill. He's just going to kind of hang out, probably lay on the couch, whatever. And then Maisie, who's my Bernedoodle, who's our little, she's our little devil every now and then. So she's laying down, but she's been really good. She's about 2.5 years old. And I come in, and I see her on the floor. And I see that she's got something. I know when she's got something. And I'm like, what does she have? Is it the remote? Is it, whatever, a cup, a plastic cup, right? Like whatever, like she's got something. Well, I look very closely and they were my $150 Oakley glasses that I had set on my hat, which I wore a hat yesterday, and I put them on the top of my visor and I set it up on the counter, but I set it back on the counter. So I was thinking, I've set it back there. She's not going to get it. But I do know that she's been known, she's 70 pounds. She's tall, lanky. She's been known to look up and go, oh, there's something. And then just plop, bang, grab it and run, right? We actually had an incident when we first got her. She basically took a glove. Actually, we found out 2 gloves later. She swallowed a glove. We had to go and get it pulled out of her stomach, literally, and they didn't have to cut her open, luckily. But we found out she had swallowed 2. She chewed them. So anyway, that was a crazy night. But how do I find something good out of a $150 pair of glasses, which, by the way, I just ordered new lenses. They were brand new lenses in it. I paid about, what, $35, $40 for a new pair of lenses. So technically, it's about a $200 loss, right? How do I find good out of that? How do I not get upset? How do I not get frustrated? How do I not let that ruin my day? Well, a couple things. Number one, it was my own fault. Like I knew I shouldn't have probably left him there, but I got busy yesterday after disc golf. I set him up there, thought they were out of the way. I left out this morning out the door, didn't think about it. It's my fault, right? Should she have did it? No, but it's my fault. And, I can't do nothing about it now. It's done. So the positive that could come out of it, well, Scott learned that you got to be a little more cautious. You gotta make sure. And I always set those glasses up in this little shelf area we have where our little, we have like a little bar area. I set them there. So I know that. So I'll remember now, right? So it taught me that. And the other thing is those glasses were probably around 5 years old. So I guess it's time for a new pair of glasses. So Scott gets to look for a new pair of glasses today. So that's how I turned that bad into a good. And the crazy thing is, guys, the same thing happened to me at the lake house. We were out at the beach down there hanging out, having a drink. Let Maisie stay in the house. We could see we have these big giant glass windows in the front. We can look in. We know that she's okay, whatever. And it was nighttime. And I came in. Same thing. She's quiet. She's down on the ground. I'm like, what is she doing? What does she have? She had my Oakleys. I had another pair. I had 2 pairs. Now I have no pair. So I'm like, how do I let that happen twice? So Scott learned his lesson, and Scott is, he's due for a new pair of glasses. So it's going to cost me another $150. I don't normally spend a lot on, I used to never spend money on glasses, but then after I did get my Oakleys, I love them. And I've used them a lot. I use them all the time. I wear glasses even when it's cloudy just because my eyes are sensitive. And I also I've known people that have had, they've gotten, just problems with their eyes because of the UV lighting and all that stuff. So anyway, my lesson today is, man, you got to keep your glasses off the counter, Scott. You gotta. How many times do I got to tell you that? Right? So I learned that. And, Scott's going to have a little fun looking for some new glasses. So there's the positive, right? Yeah, it's going to cost me $150, but what are you going to do? All right. So, all right. So let me see what we got here. Let's see before we wrap up. Oh, cool. Derek says, I'm starting to monitor my time because it is what I need to manage. I now calendar these things. I get a control of it. A paper calendar is what I'm using. Awesome. That's a great idea. I love the paper calendar, not just your digital calendar. Ahmed, you inspired me, Scott. And I started listening to your podcast back in 2017 while going to work and working out. I learned so much from you, and I tried FBA a couple of times, but was not very successful. But now I'm planning on starting a side auto detailing business and build my brand around that. I will build my email list slowly to promote products, offers, etc. 2020 will be a good year for me. Thank you. Yes, I love that. But you know what though? You learned a lot probably by that first endeavor, right? So think about that. And I think that's great. And now you're going to do the detailing business, the auto detailing business, and I love it. So awesome job. And you know what? Awesome job to keep going. The only way that you can get success or achieve it is to keep going. You have to, right? You can't try to win at the game and then go, I lost. You want to try to win again? Play again, right? We got to get back in the game. You can't sit on the sideline. So I love that. Dogs do things. They watch you and can be yes, they are very, very observant. Maybe you find better glasses that you will love more. Yes, exactly. I think it was time. I was kind of bored of those glasses anyway, right? I can teach you how to get free sunglasses. I would love to know, Steven. Justin, I noticed you now sip your coffee without a reminder. Well, it's becoming a habit because I know that someone like you is going to remind me. Oh, let's see. Are your eyes blue? You know what? My eyes change. They're blue and then sometimes a little greenish, but generally they're on the greenish blue side, I believe. I've been told. Usually blue-eyed people are sensitive to light. I have to wear sunglasses anytime I'm outside. Yeah, I do as well. I do it. It just makes my eye. A lot of times I'm squinting, and even on a cloudy day, I'm wearing them. When I'm driving, 100%. So yeah, I'm a big believer in wearing those sunglasses. All right, cool guys. So this was fun. Hopefully you guys got some good takeaways here. Maybe you got a little bit of energy to take your Sunday to the next level and also get yourself ready for the next week. Because right now, and I've said this before, we've done coffee talks on this. It's Sunday. If you're watching this on Sunday, tomorrow is Monday. That means today you can take an hour, half hour, whatever time you get and map out what does your week look like? What are the things that you want to accomplish? And I don't mean 100 things. I mean like one thing, two things, maybe three things. Write them down. And then from there, work backwards. What do you need to do to achieve those three things or those two things or whatever it is for you? And then map out your day. What time are you going to work on those things? And then from there, focus 100% of your time on those things while you have dedicated that time. That's what you can do today. If you want an action step today, that's what you can do. Then from there, just unplug, chill, relax, enjoy, recharge the batteries, and then get ready for Monday. All right. And tomorrow, Monday, I am going to be jumping on, and we're going to be talking about something that I think a lot of people they don't really understand, or maybe they just haven't been aware of it, and that is getting skin in the game. And I'll actually ask you or anyone watching, you have skin in the game? Do you have skin in the game? I want you to think about that. And if you do, we'll talk about that tomorrow. And if you don't, we'll talk about how you can get skin in the game. Because a lot of times people just, they say they're committed, but are they really committed, right? What's it going to take for you to be committed? All right. And that's what we're going to talk about. And so that's Monday. And if you tuned in here late, we are doing coffee talks now. We're bringing it to a schedule that's going to be a little bit less. It's going to be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. All right. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern time. Invite a friend. If you know someone that needs this or that would benefit from this, all I ask is invite a friend. Let them know. TakeActionCrew.com, and we will show up here with a little inspiration, motivation, and some action steps to get you to the next level and to really just create a better life. That's what we're really trying to do here, is create a better life. So guys, I'm going to run, probably start looking for some new sunglasses, and I'll be back here tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern time. All right, guys. So take care, take action, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.